Hey everyone, in a previous video I reviewed this Matchbox Collector's Edition Nissan Nismo GTR R35 and it's a really cool casting. The only thing I didn't like about it was these plastic doors. I wish they just upgraded to metal, because you can see, look, the white is not the same as the metal die-cast white paint, because this is plastic. So it's a bit of a shame, but it's still a really nice casting. And you know, in comparison, I've got two more to show you today, which I've been looking around for a decent one. So I've got this other Matchbox one, which is a Japanese exclusive in red, so we'll take a look at this. And I got this Tomica exclusive one, which wasn't for sale, and it was like a giveaway, part of a promotion, so I'll be comparing these two as well. So let's see how they compare. So here we go, out of the packaging. This just came in like tissue paper and a paper box, and this one very similar, just plastic wrapping in a typical Tomica paper box. So let's take a look at them. This is the one I reviewed earlier. Now let's have a look at this Matchbox one. So very similar, it's just red, but the main thing that I noticed, especially this door, it's metal. So it's a bit strange how this is supposed to be the collector's edition and it costs more money, yet you know what, that's plastic. This is not a collector's edition, and yet it's all metal and it's solid, so it doesn't really make sense to me. I know some other reviewers have said that they don't really like the wheels on the collector's one and they prefer the one just on this, and I understand why. So we look at it from the side. Some people like this one and some people like this one, but I don't think it really matters that much. For me, the main thing is that if you've got die-cast parts, they should be made out of metal, and if they're not, they should look, you know, seamless. Like, the paintwork shouldn't be distracting by being a different tone that's visibly, you know, off-putting. But here, you know, because it's metal, you know, the paint is applied in the same way as the rest, and it's consistent. So yeah, it's a bit strange. But anyway, let's do a comparison of the rest of the model. So we've got these printed parts here, these tampo parts. Got plastic headlights, which is great. On the front, you can see this has got a red tampo part here, which is really cool. I like that highlight, very nice. And it's pretty much the same plastic coloured base, maybe slightly darker but not much. And for me, I wish that this was black actually, because red and black go, it's just more striking when you've got something really dark than you've got something really bright. I really like this white, pearl white casting, but yeah, this really pops just because of the brightness of it. And then on the side, got this, and yeah, you can see some tampo on the back here. This one probably should be a bit higher, and this one they've hit it more correctly. And then on the back, so here, look, we've got this red highlight here, which is very cool. Maybe that's, I'm not sure why that's, I think that shouldn't be there actually, that bit, but actually, yeah, maybe it should, yeah, maybe it is. Oh, it is tampo, yeah, so there you go. It's got extra parts. The red circle around here, it's kind of missing here because it just blends in with the redness of the rest of the paint, but you know, it's still there. And the logo is much clearer on the red one than the white one because of the contrast. Both got the same license plate on the back, Matchbox, and then again in Japanese. So yeah, it's like, it's really weird. This one, they've got these extra tampo parts and metal door. Okay, minus the rubber wheels. I don't know how expensive they are in terms of budget. Maybe the rubber wheels are more expensive to have, and so just having plastic frees up more money to do the rest of the upgrades or whatever. But there you go. So that one is that. So I think if the door was metal, I think this would be my favourite. There's something about this pearl white. It's got like a kind of metal flake tint to it as well, which I reviewed in a previous video, which I really like. Now this one is just, you know, shiny black paint, and I like the kind of silk or matte feel of the paint on this one. This one is just your typical Tomica glossy white. Let's have a look. Let's compare it to the Matchbox. Something that I really don't like about Tomica's headlights is this plastic insert, this round bit here. I don't like having sort of cartoon eyes, you know, like in that film Cars. I just like my cars to look like cars. And yeah, the same for that other brand, Siku, as well. The way they do the plastic inserts, it's just the way it's done that creates this kind of really distracting, you know, it gives it googly eyes. And, you know, for a car like this, I don't think googly eyes is something you want. So there you go. So some really good points here. Again, the paint apps here on the front. Got this silver part here. I don't think that logo, GTR, yeah, you can make it out. And you've got this orange highlight here underneath too. So, but here, you know, on this Matchbox one, you've got this kind of pattern, like whether it's carbon fiber or something else, I'm not sure. But here you don't, it's just a plain surface, and it's nice to have that texture in there to mimic the materials and the, you know, the design pattern that is. But like I say, it's pluses and minuses, because this one, it's got more paint apps and it's just different, I guess. It's got more detail in different ways. Now, Tomica, again, look, they've got no mirrors, which I think, you know, are really easy to do. Easy to add that in. And, you know, this bit, this A pillar on the front is painted in black, and whereas this one is just plastic. So it looks better because you can tell that it's been painted black. And it, you know, this, it kind of juts out here, so it's not smooth. This one is a bit better, but this one is not. So it kind of varies like that. But from the side, here we go. It's got the same, if I put this here underneath, yeah, it's got very similar markings. This triangular shape here. And this, yeah, these panel work bits here. Okay, so this door, it's kind of, it's good to have a door, but actually there's something, the mechanism isn't quite the way it should be. So it should be more down like this, but it's like that, and then it kind of ruins the silhouette. So if I just put this here like that, it's much better. Oops, that car just dropped. So yeah, some of the, it depends which model you get. Some of them line up fine, like this one. It lines up fine on this side and it opens very, very easily. You can see the interior nicely here. I'll zoom in. Got the steering wheel on the right. We've got the seats here. Just open it up on this side so you can see. There we go. So that's your inside. And you know, it's, for this kind of model at this kind of price, it's nicely done. Let me show the interior of the red Matchbox one. So let's have a look. So this is a left-hand drive instead. Let me just see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. Now the steering wheel is a bit clunky and a bit basic, but hang on. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure steering wheels are like that, but anyway, there you go. And the interior is right here. It's a bit clearer, I think, but either way, both the same kind of level of, you know, detail and budget gone into it. So it just simulates, but does not, it's not like an accurate representation. I mean, look at that gigantic gear stick right there. Boom. There we go. So let's have a look at the back. And I think the Matchbox one, yeah, you see there's got this like you've got two parts. So you've got the red part and the silver part inside, and here you just got straight up red. But you have got a couple of extra things here. Again, it's this highlighted part at the bottom. There's no number plate, which is a shame. Nissan logo is there, but it's kind of, now let me try and zoom in. I think, here we go, look, it's very barely visible, like Nismo and then GTR, because of the paintwork and the similarity of the white colour of the tampos. So it's not that visible, and it's slightly more visible on this Matchbox one at the back. Still, yeah, the GTR part, it just says R really, because it's just white. Whereas here, it's much clearer. It's funny because look, they've changed the R into a silver because they knew that the red would kind of mask it. This one, I don't know, I think they've left it O, but yeah, look, they didn't even bother doing it on this one, they just left it as a red colour to stick out, but they didn't change anything else here. So that's that. So yeah, all in all, they're pretty cool. These budget cars, they all roll really well. Even the collector's one rolls quite well. Not for track, but if you just want to play with it, it rolls very smoothly. So here are the three models. Let's put that one at the back actually, because I did that before. These are the two new ones. Here's a spin around of all three models so you can see what they're like. For me, I think the design of the Matchbox is implemented better, and I really like the paintwork. The Tomica one, it's got cool features and good value, but in this case, yeah, that pearl white coat on the Matchbox, I think that takes it for me. And the red, just the way it's been done, really pops. So yeah, for me in this case, I'd prefer the Matchbox one over the Tomica one. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe for more reviews, and see you in the next video. Let's do a few with the doors open so you can see also what it looks like too. The thing about plastic is that when you open the door, if you could really pull it open and yank the plastic mechanism out, whereas metal is much sturdier, which is why I'd much rather prefer die-cast moving parts than plastic moving parts.